Hey guys, we're out here in Gresham at Contract Furnishings Mart. We're going to talk about cabinetry today. So if you're thinking about a project where you might need cabinetry, this is going to be your 101 class today. First off, there's three different types of cabinetry that are made out there. First off, this one right here, which is an American style cabinetry, which is a face frame. What I mean by a face frame is it's this big kind of 1x2 frame that comes around the entire cabinet. And that's really where the strength of the cabinet is. So if you notice, the hinges, the slides, everything else is fastened to this, and that's where the strength is. So at this point of the cabinetry, these sides aren't really as important because of this. Now let's go over and take a look at an inset cabinet, because that's where things change a little bit. All right, if you notice with that face frame style cabinet, we had the doors that were overlaying the top of the frame. This is an inset, which is a more luxury style cabinet where it's flush with that. So if you notice, instead of it being out, this is actually flush in here. It's a very similar construction, except the doors are inside the frame. So you can see. Now, the thing about this is it takes a high level of machining, and it really shows all the little details. So it's a much more expensive cabinetry, and you lose a lot of storage as well. So unless you're trying to do that really country kitchen, it might not be the best choice for you. All right, we're talking about that traditional American face frame cabinetry right here. Here's a hybrid of that. That's the inset cabinet. So if you notice, the doors are out front of this, and here it's flush, so we have this. Now this is a much more expensive cabinet to make because there's no forgiveness in this. The doors have to be made absolutely perfectly for them to fit in there equally, and there's really no adjustment. So this is going to be your most expensive style of cabinetry, which is really designed for luxury homes, things like that. But the other problem with it is you don't want to use it in a coastal area, any place that there's moisture, because the expansion contraction can cause a lot of problems. That could be a detail that you don't want to mess with. All right guys, our third style is our traditional European style cabinetry. Now this is a frameless construction, so it doesn't have that face frame. So the sides are a little bit thicker, which means you get a lot more storage in this. So in a long kitchen run, you can almost gain a cabinet of storage because you don't have that big thick face frame. But the sides are a little bit thicker, but it's a great way to save money, and it really fits a lot of stuff inside. All right, for you contemporary fans out there, there are some options out there where you don't even have to have hardware, and it's just a push type system like here. And when you open it up, you can get in the inside of the cabinet. Now this one was made to have a sink, so your plumbing can go in the middle, and you'll have some storage around the outside, and that's not a bad way to go. Now next I want to talk about corners, because this could be a difficult spot as well. And they make a lot of new things here that work well for this, where you can actually have a lot of different storage with swing out shelves and things like that. So you don't have to go climbing back into that cabinet. It's a great way to access things in that back hidden corner without having to crawl in. That can really help you gain the most out of your kitchen storage. All right, let's talk cabinet doors, and this is big on the painted side. If you look right here, we got a lot of texture on this paint because that's over white oak, and that open grain shines through as part of the texture. Versus down below right here, we have, could be a maple or even an MDF. It doesn't really matter because you've got that really smooth painted finish. Now let's check out a couple other doors over here. When you get into these really smooth ones, this can look really good because they've got a beautiful texture on there. So that's got a multi-stage finish that can really show that grain. Now if we go farther back here, you can start to see some of the different doors. Like we get into aluminum here with glass, and you can take that same type of door, invert the frame, and get something right here with a smoke and a metal around the outside. And then you can even do a metal door that's got an acrylic panel in it if you really want that contemporary Italian look. So there's a lot of choices when it comes to doors. You just got to pick one that you really love. It doesn't matter if you're designing a brand new kitchen or just trying to give it a quick upgrade to save on the budget. This hardware is a great way to go. You can make a great statement, and this is that jewelry of the kitchen. So what you can do here is have some fun with it and pick something that's going to match, and it'll add so much new life to the kitchen and make it look absolutely beautiful. Cabinetry can seem overwhelming, but just lean on your design professional to walk you through the process. And a special thanks to Contract Furnishings Mart for letting me steal their showroom to show you Cabinetry 101.